All right, welcome. We're live here at Barnesville High School. Let's turn that microphone down a little bit there. It was a little hot. Getting ready for B Squad volleyball action here between the Trojans and the Hawley Nuggets. Just underway here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. And the first point will go to the guests on the scoreboard, the Hawley Nuggets. They're in the white on the left-hand side of the screen. We'll get our scoreboard up and running here for you. Once again, best of 3 sets. If you're tuning in for Perham and Staples Motley, that match was actually canceled as of about maybe I'm going to say about 20 to 25 minutes, maybe closer to 30 minutes ago. Our crew that was going to broadcast that game got to the school, walked in, and the lady at the front office said, "Hey, we canceled the game tonight. Sorry about that." And we're like, "Okay, well." So a one-man crew in Barnesville for the moment until the rest of our crew can get from Perham to Barnesville. So I would suspect it's about an hour drive between the two towns. So probably be here in about an hour, I guess, or maybe a little less. 2-1 now in favor of Hawley. Sorry, I had it flip-flopped on the scoreboard in the gym compared to the scoreboard on our screen there. So it's actually 3-2 in favor of the Trojans. Now for Barnesville fans watching, I know you've been waiting for an announcement on if we'll have the sub-varsity games tomorrow against Breckenridge, and the answer is about 92.7% yes. I cannot 100% lock it in right at this very moment. As if you're familiar with your area sports, they scheduled their Barnesville's football game against Warward, which was supposed to be tomorrow at 2 o'clock, or check that, Saturday at 2 o'clock, has now been rescheduled to tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So we have 5 o'clock football, and then the B squad game will begin at 5, and the JV game will begin at approximately 6. So what we're thinking of doing is doing a live stream only with no commentary, although it B and JV game. And hopefully, fingers crossed, since the football field's like a 1-minute drive down the road, that we can get somebody here for play-by-play on the varsity match. So, but that's kind of where I'm sitting at with that right now, as it's 4-5. And I apologize. That's my fault. I'm chatting here and not paying attention to the score. But what I'm trying to do is get somebody here for the start of the varsity game and not for missing the first few points of it, depending on when that football game comes to conclusion. So, like I said, we're about 92.7% sure that we'll have B and JV for the Barnesville fans tomorrow when the Trojans host the Breckenridge Cowgirls coming to town. And we've informed Breckenridge of that scenario too, so they're aware of it. At least the coach is. I'm not sure how many people the coach has told, but 6-4 in favor of Hawley here. And that one lands just out of bounds. 7-4 in favor of Hawley. Well, we've seen Barnesville maybe 3 or 4 times their varsity squad this year, as they haven't been able to play a whole lot of games. That one was tucked into the corner for a point for Barnesville. Nicely done, and it's 7-5. But in the games that they've had an opportunity to play, they have been very impressive. They've only had one loss that probably took the wind out of their sails a little bit, and that was in that back-to-back road/home game. That was, both games were in Perham. And Barnesville absolutely dominated on, I believe it was a Thursday night. And then you come back Saturday, and Perham absolutely dominates Barnesville. So they got one back on the Trojans there. But that loss to Perham was about the only loss where Barnesville just didn't really have a lot of oomph into the match, and all the other ones they've been very impressive. They handed the Breckenridge Cowgirls their only loss of the season, and since tomorrow is sadly to say, the last day of Minnesota sports for what we hope is just a month or not longer than that. I guess you could unofficially designate that as a championship game, I guess, since Breckenridge's only loss was to Barnesville. We'll see. We don't have a trophy to hand out, at least I don't think we do, but if we did, we would. 8-7 now. Trojans are within 1. Tentatively, and this is tentatively, and I emphasize the word tentatively with italics, and but tentatively our next broadcast after tomorrow would be on December 15th, a boys basketball game between the West Fargo Packers and the Cheyenne Mustangs. That would tentatively be our next broadcast, if nothing else gets further postponed and all that good stuff. So, and don't worry, we'll be back on the Minnesota side too. It's now tied at 8. I want to thank our sponsors for allowing us to provide coverage for not only the Trojans but all the as many sub-varsity games as we could get to, and that includes Dean's Bulk Service as well as Midwest Bank here in Barnesville. Certainly appreciate their support to make Trojan sports coverage possible this fall in a season that got about 90% done. Originally scheduled, the section tournaments for the varsity volleyball teams were in the early part of December 1st through the 5th, I believe it was. So we almost got to the end of the season. Of course, that would have been the end of the season regardless, because there's no state tournament plan this year in Minnesota. And the Trojans go up by 2 now here. Once again, you're watching B Squad volleyball action live here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Well, the JV game to follow, and we'll have the varsity game at about 7:30 this evening. That one's tipped out of bounds. Point for the Nuggets, and it's 10-9. $11-9 now. Serve is over and back in 2 touches, and that'll be a point for the Nuggets. 11-10. Of course, it's been fun going out to venturing out to some other Minnesota towns and covering some other teams here in Minnesota. Thank all the activities directors at all the high schools that we've been to on the North Dakota and Minnesota side this year for welcoming us into their gyms and into their fields. And for all the sponsors, whether you're a North Dakota sponsor or a Minnesota sponsor, your support is greatly appreciated, and probably more so by viewers at home this year than on any previous year. And I'll tell you, like, I am so glad I am not an athletic director. I'm not saying that I would never want to be one, but trying to schedule broadcasts every sports season, I'm handling 3 sports, sometimes 4. That one's tipped down, nicely done. Pulls the Nuggets within 1. But then if you move into the office of your favorite athletic director, they have a lot more than 4 to deal with, and I don't know. I thought my head was going to explode in 2 different directions in the last 72 hours here. I cannot imagine what was going through the minds of local athletic directors. So if that is you, thank you for what you've done, because you have a hard job and you do that hard job very well, and we certainly appreciate your efforts to get these games played, to get these games rescheduled, to make the tough choice to cancel a few games. And not to say that on our side of it, as far as scheduling for broadcast, we've been lucky because we've had games that have been rescheduled to a conflicting date. We weren't sure if we could do them or not, and then the game that it originally conflicted with would get rescheduled or canceled, and that would resolve the first conflict. So nice block at the net there, and it's 17-13. And a timeout on the floor. So 17-13 in favor of Barnesville. We'll take a timeout as well. We're back in a couple moments here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save & See stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. All right, welcome back out of the timeout. Barnesville will have the serve. It is 17-13. The Trojans have a 3-point lead here over the Nuggets. Watching B Squad Volleyball live here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. And it's 18-13 now. 14 was up there for a moment. Not sure how that got up there and then went back to 13 without me causing it to happen. That was pretty cool. Get some welcome assistance from my ghostly friend, I guess, or ghostly broadcast partner. That one comes into the stands, and it'll be 19-13. Pushed over in 2, nicely done. That is a move that'll put the smile, the big grin smile on the face of her coach. That's for sure. 20-14. Now on landed inbounds, so 21-14 now. Favor of Barnesville. And they'll have her hold on the serve here so we can get a rotation into the lineup. And it's an ace serve. That makes it 22-14. Once again, best of 3 sets in sub-varsity volleyball here. And that one goes into the net, and the Nuggets get one back at 22-15. I'll say thanks to, let me look at the program here. One of the assistant coaches, I'm guessing, I went down and talked to her right before this match started, and I was like, hey, I'm looking at your roster. There's only one name I don't remember from last time, and I made the correct guess on it. So I guess in theory you could say that I did remember them all. I just wanted to be 100% sure. So say thanks to the Hawley Nugget coaches for helping me out with name pronunciations. More so in the last game we covered when the Nuggets visited the Perham Yellow Jackets, and less so in this game. That goes into the net, and I'll make it 23-17 in favor of Barnesville. And that one will land inside the corner for a kill. Nicely done. 23-18 is our score. Pushed over and nicely saved just off camera there. And the volley will continue. Nicely done. Set it up for the attack on the far side. And that is dug out. And they have to get it over on that touch, and they do. And that attack goes into the net, and it's set point for Barnesville. Put that one on the wrong side. Sorry about that. 24-18 is our score. If it'll fix itself. And that one will sail out of bounds. And that will do it. Barnesville will take the first set, 25-18, and we'll go to the second set. B Squad Volleyball live here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. More after this on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Whether you are looking to refinance your current mortgage and save or purchase a new home, Sean Carlson with Town & Country Credit Union can help. With over 15 years of mortgage experience, he is an expert on VA, FHA, USDA, first-time home buyer, and conventional home loans and can help determine the best loan product to fit your needs. His borrowers agree, saying, Sean was a pleasure to work with and made the entire mortgage process easy. I highly recommend him. Ready to check out how Sean and Town & Country Credit Union can help make your financial life easy? Stop by one of our 6 convenient Fargo, West Fargo locations or visit townandcountry.org today. From free checking accounts to auto loans to commercial and ag loans and, of course, home loans, Town & Country Credit Union has the low loan rates, flexible terms, low fees, and personal service you deserve. See for yourself how much you might save. Apply online today at townandcountry.org. Insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender. All right, welcome back. Hope you're having a great late afternoon, early evening, I guess whatever you'd like to refer to it as. B Squad Volleyball live here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. Also got the junior varsity and the varsity game coming up after this one. Second to last day of sports in Minnesota, and with fingers crossed, nobody will be tricking anybody in their words, and we'll see more sports on December 18th. But you just never know. So we ask you that you be patient. One thing you can know for sure is that one hits the scoreboard out of bounds, and that'll be a point for the Nuggets. Like I was saying to finish that thought, one thing you can count on for sure is that whenever sports restart, Magnitude will be here to cover those games. 2-0 now in favor of Hawley on the ace serve. That ace serve coming from, looks like Destiny Salinas. Yes, I think I said that right, and if I didn't, I apologize. It's now 3-0 as Hawley will take the lead. And that one sails out of bounds. Point Barnesville. Middle of the net attack is over. It's dug out. They'll chase after it, and they will hit the rafters. It will not go back over. (3-2). Nuggets get out to a 3-0 lead and then give 2 quick ones back to the Trojans. Make that 3 quick ones, and now we're knotted up at 3. High arcing serve is over, and they'll go into the books as an ace. 4-3 in favor of the Trojans. So Barnesville has rattled off 5 points in a row here. On the serve is Paige Broughton, freshman. That one flies out of bounds for another point for Barnesville, 6-3. So the Trojans down 3, tie it, and score 3 more to go up 3 and double up here on the Hawley Nuggets. And they're looking for their 7th point in a row. Of course, the North Dakota side, there's state tournaments for Class A and Class B going on. And those started bright and early this morning at about 9:45. I think 10 o'clock was the official first game. We've seen Fargo Davies get by Mandan. So Fargo Davies will be in the semifinal. And I believe they'll play Bismarck Century as Bismarck Century defeated Valley City in the quarterfinals today in 3 sets. And then right now, in progress as we speak, is Bismarck Legacy and the Bismarck Legacy Sabres and the West Fargo Packers. Of course, we've seen a lot of the Packers on Magnitude Sports this season. We wish both of those teams the best of luck in that matchup, as well as the remainder of the tournament. Now I'll go into the books as a point for Barnesville. We'll be here in Barnesville tomorrow for volleyball and football. So the football team will host War Road, and then the volleyball team will host the Breckenridge Cowgirls. And then Saturday we'll be at the state volleyball tournament for the final day of it. And well, when Governor Walz says you need to spend 2 more days in Minnesota, at least he was nice enough to let us get to the championship game on. And I say that somewhat reluctantly and with somewhat sarcasm, because we all know, you and me and pretty much everybody else, would like to see this season play out in full if at all possible, but that's just not going to happen this time around. The good news is he didn't just pull the plug on it right away. He gave these players a couple days to get some games in, and I'm sure every player to a certain degree is appreciative of that, as well as to a certain degree disappointed. And that's certainly understandable, no matter which team you're a fan of. 11-5 is our score. Trojans have outscored the Nuggets 11-2 since the Trojans got down 3-0. That one will sneak over and give the Nuggets within 5. And another one for the Nuggets. Nicely done. 11-7 now. And that one lands in bounds. An ace serve, and now the Nuggets are starting to rattle off points back-to-back here. With that ace serve for the Nuggets was Lily Thompson. And now they're within 1 at 11-10. So they get up 3-0. Then they get down 7-3. They score 1. They're down 11-4. And since the 11-4, the Nuggets have rattled off 6 straight. We'll see if they can tie it up here. That one, that was really, really close. Backline judge said it was out. And as a result, we are tied at 11-11. Kind of looked like it hit the line from my vantage point, but we respect that official's decision, considering that she was right there within like 4 feet of where that ball landed. And now the Nuggets will take the lead. Not only has a pandemic taken some games off the schedule, but there's also been a couple games this year where they've been taken off the schedule due to lack of officiating. So if you're interested in becoming an official, you just have to contact your local high school or the Minnesota State High School League to find out more on how you can become an official for your local team. We'll take a quick timeout here. No, actually, we'll keep it here. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, including Midwest Bank and Dean's Bulk Service, along with our Magnitude broadcast team. That includes Sean Carlson at Town and Country Credit Union and Dr. Tiffany Johnson of Healing Touch Chiropractic. And those two are part of our Magnitude broadcast team, proudly supporting every single matchup. North Dakota, Minnesota, regardless of which two teams are playing. They want to see us get as many broadcasts on as we possibly can, and we certainly appreciate that. The Nuggets are, if they can score here, if they could have scored, they would have had 10 in a row there, but Barnesville took care of that. And now it's 13-12, and they'll get the serve back. A 9-point rally comes to an end there for the Hawley Nuggets. That goes into the net, and it's tied up at 13. So it's been a set of spurts. couple of 7-0 runs, plus the most recent rally of 9-0 by Hawley. And now Barnesville is on a 2-0 run, and that run comes to an end. So now the runs are a little bit shorter, as Hawley will retake the lead at 14-13. Once again, you're watching B Squad Volleyball live here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network between the Trojans and the Nuggets, thanks to Dean's Bulk Service and Midwest Bank in Barnesville, along with Healing Touch Chiropractic and Sean Carlson at Town and Country Credit Union. Near side attack will float out of bounds, and that's a point for the Nuggets, 15-13. Junior varsity scheduled for 6 p.m. We'll have it live for you here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network. And we'll also have the varsity one live for you at about 7:30. I was talking back in set one about our plans for tomorrow for volleyball. And I think the best thing that could happen is for both those sub-varsity sets to go to 3 sets. That'd give us a little bit more time to get from the football field to here for the varsity game. (16-13). Our crew from Perham just showed up. So in the next commercial break, we'll have a camera person so I don't have to do it all. 16-14. So I certainly appreciate your patience and understanding on that one. If you were tuning in, looking around for that Perham versus Staples Motley game, our crew arrived at Perham High School to get ready to set up for the broadcast, and as they walked in the door, they were notified by the staff in the front office that the game had been canceled just a few minutes prior to our crew's arrival at Perham High School. So we posted it on our Twitter and our Facebook to hopefully inform you as quickly as we could. And the Nuggets and Trojans will be the only game we have tonight as a result. The scoreboard shows 16-15. There we go. Now they added the point. So the point will go to Hawley, and it's 17-15. 25-18 in favor of Barnesville in the first set. That goes into the net. And it's 16-17. Serve is over. And that'll fall down for another Nugget point. And they're up by 2, 18-16. Have to chase after that, and they'll get it back over, and it's out of bounds on the far side. Point for Hawley. And now they go up by 3, 19-16. And now the Nuggets, or check that, the Trojans will get one back. 19-17. See if they can crawl and tie it up here. (19-18). Just got a weather alert on my phone. Said it had been extended, and I didn't know of the original one, to be honest with you. So supposedly, as I'm just informed now, and the rest of you probably already knew, there's a winter weather advisory in effect, and that's just been extended. Like I said, I was not aware of the original heads up on that one, so I've not had a chance to read up on it, see what areas it affects or anything like that. So if you want to know that information, you can grab your phone or your laptop and go to your favorite weather source online and get updated on that. 20-19 as Barnesville's retaking the lead. That one sails out of bounds, but was it tipped? No, it was not. And we're tied at 20. Oh, check that. It's 21-19, excuse me. Landed in bounds, and now it's 21-20. Attack from the near side is over. Hawley will control it. They'll set it up for an attack of their own, and that goes into the net. Point Barnesville, 22-20. Barnesville looked good in that first set. And coming into the second set, many may have thought that they had the momentum, but right now it's a back and forth battle between these two teams. That one will sail out of bounds, and that will give the Trojans a 2-point lead back, 23-21, and Nuggets need to be careful here. They need to get to 22 before the Trojans get to 24. Otherwise, it might be out of reach. And that one will sail out of bounds, and it's match point for Barnesville. If Barnesville does score and win here, we'll see if they have the bonus volleyball like they normally do in Barnesville. And if they do, we'll bring that live to you. It'll be unofficial set 3. Unless Hawley comes back and wins this set, then we'll have an official set 3. And that will do it. 2-0, 25-21. And 25-18 in the first set. We'll take a timeout and see if these teams retake the court or not, and we'll be back in a moment here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Your family, your friends, our community. At Midwest Bank of Barnesville, these cornerstones of family, friends, and community is the very heart of Midwest Bank. Whether it's help in expanding the family farm, building, remodeling, or purchasing your new home, or supporting our local schools, Midwest Bank is here because you are our family, you are our friends, and this is our community. Midwest Bank, banking your way on South Front Street, Barnesville. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Dean's Bulk Service is your convenient stop on the way to the lake. Whether you're looking for snacks, drinks, fresh rolls, bait, ice, or a clean restroom, you are able to find it all inside our friendly facilities. The Barnesville and Save & See stores are proud to fly the Arco gasoline brand. Dean's Bulk Service also celebrates 50 years of great service of propane, fuel, oil, and lubricants. We are always ready to deliver. Dean's Bulk Service is a proud supporter of Trojan athletics and wishes the Barnesville Trojans the best of luck in this game and every game this sports season. Order your copy of this game or any of our previous game and event broadcasts on DVD by visiting our website. Just email us the required information found on our website, and we'll mail you your copy of today's game or event on DVD. Orders take approximately 3 to 4 days to arrive. Larger orders could take longer. For all the info on how to order your copy of today's game on DVD, visit our website at msportsnet.com/DVD.
Hi, it's Dr. Tiffany Johnson from Healing Touch Chiropractic in West Fargo. What impact I want to make, how my office is different, how my niche is different. It is all about giving people hope and helping them believe that their bodies were made to heal.
Let me show you how your life can change through chiropractic at Healing Touch Chiropractic.
All right, welcome back. So the B squad game will officially come to an end as the junior varsity team is taking the floor to warm up here. And that means we will close this broadcast out here and come back. And this one's scheduled for 6 o'clock. It is right now, let's see, a little bit past 5:30, almost 5:40, so about 20 minutes. They just put 20 minutes on the clock. So that means we'll be starting this one at about 6 o'clock. Once again, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/Magnitude Sports. Or, in addition to subscribing, you can click on the bell, select your alert preference of all, none, or some. Follow us on Twitter at MSportsNet Live. We need 5 more to get to 2,000 on Twitter. Last time I checked, we were at 1995 on followers there. Thank you to those 1995 for following us. Also, you can like and follow us on Facebook, too, at facebook.com/MSportsNetFB Live, or just simply type in Magnitude Sports on the search bar in Facebook, and then you'll find us and give us a like and all that cool stuff as well. Upcoming game schedule, well, you'll see that, as I was talking earlier, Perm and Staples Motley has been canceled tonight. So this will be the only volleyball game we have for you this evening. And then we're back tomorrow with Barnesville taking on War Road in the section semifinals of the state football tournament. And that will be your unofficial final, I guess you could call it. I'll have to see what they're classifying that as. Maybe it's just going to stick as a semifinal. I'm not 100% sure. But the the B squad and junior varsity matches for Barnesville and Breckenridge, we will. I'm gonna go ahead and say that we'll have those. I still haven't worked out all the variables yet. But what I believe is going to happen is we'll have a live stream with no commentary on those two. And then by the time the football game's over, we'll be able to get here for the varsity game to give you a live broadcast on that with full play-by-play. And then Jared Mendenwald is going to make his way to Glendon. He's been waiting for a long time, as we've had about 4 or 5 of their games scheduled, but we've only been able to get one on due to a bunch of cancellations. And, well, now he's going to get back all that money he lost. So, well, at least a portion of it anyway. So we want to thank Jared specifically for just being patient, because all his games get ripped away from him. He will have the Rebels and the Green Wave for you. That's a playoff game at 6 o'clock tomorrow, and then we'll be here in Barnesville for the playoff game against War Road, and then also Barnesville Breckenridge Volleyball, B, JV, and Varsity. And then that'll wrap things up, and like I said, tentatively our next game would be on December 15th, but we've shaded all that in light blue, as we know that it could easily be changed between now and then. We hope not, but you can see there that our next game featuring Barnesville would tentatively be on January 5th, as Minnesota is not allowed to start until the 18th as it stands at this point in time. So, like I said, we're going to keep those games on our schedules kind of as placeholders, and then when things start going back to the way they should be, we will turn that blue to white and turn the pending to live broadcast, and we'll have those games on as if we didn't miss anything. And I say that loosely. All right, well, hey, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Once again, your final score in the B squad match. The Trojans take it 2-0, 25-18 and 25-21. We're about 18 minutes away from the first serve of the junior varsity match. We'll go offline for a few minutes. We'll come back in about maybe 10 minutes with as we get we'll come back online live in about 10 minutes is what I'm trying to say. Until then, we'll talk to you later. Have a great rest of your afternoon and enjoy the next 15 minutes getting a soda and some popcorn. JV Volleyball coming up next here on the Magnitude Sports Media Network.